Hello there, guys. The intro to this episode is very, very simple. Triple header. That's right, triple header with Chesterfield, Charlton and Gillingham, who are all promotion rivals. All I have to say is, roll the titles. Hello there, guys, and welcome to episode 6 of Upon This Rock. Literally going to have a quick run through of the games that we had after Bolton and then get straight into the triple header with Chesterfield, Charlton and Gillingham to play. So after Bolton, very disappointing 0-0 draw against Northampton. It was a horrible game, no chances, literally it was just rubbish. So I'm not even going to show you the stats for that one. Then we followed that up with a home win against Scunthorpe, 3-0. Very, very good win. Baldwin, Taylor and Naby all scoring goals. Lots of games coming thick and fast at the minute because we are leading ourselves into the Christmas period in England, and that's a very, very busy time. Follow that up with a 2-0 professional away win against Oldham. Ben Williams and Jermaine Anderson both scoring the goals there. As you can see by the stats, absolutely battered Oldham. So all in all, very, very comfortable win. And then the second round of the FA Cup against Flyde, we again very professional performance from the boys. 2-0 win. Praholi and Balazar both scoring goals. As you can see, very heavily rotated side purely because these next 3 games come in about a week, within a week, so week to 10 days. So needed to keep the first team as fresh as I possibly could. Our third round tie, as you can see here, not very exciting. We're looking at Rochdale away for the FA Cup third round, so hopefully we can beat those and then go on to the fourth round and potentially play a Championship or even a Premier League side. So that's all done and dusted. Not going to waffle on anymore. We're going to get straight into the games and straight into the first one against Chesterfield, which is at home. So this is the team for the first game against Chesterfield. We're going to go for Luke McGee in goal, Kavanagh at left back because Ben Williams has been out with a virus for the last few days, so he's not 100%. Boswick and Baldwin in the middle with White at right back. Forrester, Anderson in the middle, Madison, Taylor and Adua across the middle there, just behind Colehurst up front. On the bench, Tafazzoli, Hughes, Chettle, Nabley, De Silva Lopez, Praholi and Angol. Let's get into the match. So the 3 teams we're playing Gillingham, we're playing Charlton and we're playing Chesterfield, all in this triple header. Chesterfield, as you can see here, line 6 in the table, last of the playoff spots. Let's get straight into the game and let's crack on. So straight into the first highlight here, 6 minutes gone. Throw in from Chesterfield, but we've cut it out there. Baldwin now just mopping it up. Out to White at right back. Very patient play here from Posh. Forrester's tried to force it there though, and it's coming back towards us. Gardner now, over to Mitchell. Donahue there. And White's cut that out. Great little cut out. I'll do it up to Taylor. But again, we're trying to force it. We need to be as patient as we can and try and get our passing game going. Baldwin there with some great defending out to Madison. But again, he's been stopped and that's gone straight through to Wilkinson. Wilkinson now, he's put Chesterfield 1-0 up after 7 minutes. Disastrous start for the Posh at home against one of the promotion chasing rivals at Chesterfield. And that puts them up to 4th now. So it gives them a great chance to kind of consolidate their place in the playoffs. We haven't really started that well at the minute. Half an hour gone now. Not a lot is happening in this game at all. No one's really playing that well. Changes might have to happen. Some changes might have to happen about at half time. Here we go. Kavanagh left back. Throw in to Madison. Back to Kavanagh. Say this is the patient play that we needed. Up to Colehurst now in that channel. Can he get across in? He can. And Anderson's at the back post to put us back on level terms with Chesterfield. 1-0, 34 minutes gone. Great time to score just before half time. I think we're going to looking to go into half time here 1-0, which from our very, very poor start, I'd have taken, to be fair. Right, let's kick back into it. First highlight of the second half. White with a throw in. Tried to find a doer there, but couldn't find him. And Boswick there is just going to mop that up. But it falls back to Chesterfield and who hoof it up to Wilkinson. Pretty isolated up there though. Forrester should have that. Now Taylor comes in to press, and Colehurst has nicked off Anderson. And he's gone for a speculative shot, and Colehurst has put us 2-1 up now. That was an amazing hit. Colehurst there from about 18 yards. And he's hit an absolute pile driver. Literally nothing on there at all. He's nicked the ball from Anderson there. And he's just hit it from about 18, 20 yards out. Top corner. What a finish by Shaquille Colehurst. He's in great form at the minute. Puts us 2-1 up. Chesterfield with a goal kick. Silva Lopez spreads it out there to Proholi. Takes on his fullback. Whips it into Colehurst. Colehurst now 3-1 to the Posh. 3-1 against Chesterfield now. Colehurst with a lovely little finish. Whipped in by Proholi. What a great ball that was. And makes it 3-1 to Peterborough United against Chesterfield. I'll do a back to Forrester. Forrester over to White. White now driving forward. Going to whip it in. And he scored! Oh my God. The goalkeeper's had an absolute mare there. White just put an innocuous ball into the middle. And the keeper just couldn't keep hold of it. That's 4-1 now to the Posh. And that's it. All over after a very, very ropey opening. Went 1-0 down after 8 or 9 minutes. We've come back and hit Chesterfield with 4 goals there. What a performance. We've got a week now before the next game, which is Charlton. I'll fast forward there. Game 2, Charlton away. So this is the team that we're going to go for. We're going to go for Luke McGee in goal. Binham Williams, Tafazoli, who's coming in for Boswick because he's suspended. Baldwin and White. Wallace, who's coming in for Forrester, who's also suspended. And Anderson in the middle. De Silva Lopez, Taylor, Madison behind Colehurst up front. And then on the bench, Kavanagh, Smith, Naby, Adua, Baleza, Proholi and Angol as well. Game 2, Charlton away. Let's go. Now hopefully this game we can start a little bit better. We're a little bit slow getting out of the blocks against Chesterfield. Hopefully it can be a little bit better against Charlton and just not go 1-0 down. That was not been in that position very often this season with Posh. So hopefully we can start a little bit quicker. So here's Anderson now to Taylor. Taylor over to Silva Lopez. Lopez over to White with that overlap into Colehurst. Colehurst has scored. That was a bit of a weird one. Phillips saved it. It hit the post, came back off Phillips and went into the goal. But Colehurst puts us 1-0 up after 11 minutes. Binham Williams has picked up a booking there. 14 minutes gone. Taylor with a corner. Whips it in. Madison now picks up the loose ball. Takes on his man. Whips it to the back post. And De Silva Lopez now 2-0. 2-0 up against Charlton after coming up to 15 minutes now. Seems very, very comfortable. Charlton are the team this time that haven't started particularly quickly. We've come out the blocks this time, which is great to see and not being stuck at all. Looking very, very comfortable. Might have to bring Wallace off at some point. But Lookman now. Corner in. McGuinness over to Lookman, Jose to Crofts, but McGee there just snaffled the ball up. Jose, ex-Posh player, of course. Lookman now in the Premier League with Everton in real life. Scored on his debut as well. Coming up to half-time. Is this a penalty? I think it's a penalty for the Posh. Let's see how we got it. Let's just roll this back. So Anderson charges forward into the box and Crofts just takes him out there on the corner of the box, and that leads to this penalty, which Taylor's going to step up just before half time. Can he make it 3? No, Phillips, he went straight down the middle, but Phillips stayed, held his ground, and it should have been 3-0 to the Posh, but Taylor couldn't make that penalty stick. And we're coming into half time now. 2-0, should have been 3-0 up, remember. So hopefully that doesn't come back and bite us. First chance of the second half, so McGee pushes it out to Binham Williams. Wallace now just taking up that deeper role. Anderson pushes it forward to Colehurst, who's going to use that pace. He's electric. Colehurst now takes a speculative effort, try to recreate what he did against Chesterfield there. It was about the same space as well, actually, but miles over the bar. 10 minutes into the second half. Taylor now with a corner. Tafazoli flicks on to Baldwin. What a save that was from Phillips. Flicked it on. Tafazoli flicked it on to Baldwin, and he just pushed it out there. Great save by the Charlton goalkeeper. Another corner here, 56 minutes. Tafazoli again to Baldwin. Same corner routine. Tafazoli onto Baldwin at the back post, but Phillips is there again to keep us out. If it wasn't for Phillips, we could have been outside here, 4-5-0. But again, Madison picks up the ball. pushes it into Anderson. Anderson now tries to find Coleshurst, which he does. Tries to find Taylor, and that's another penalty. Taylor again. This time he goes to the goalkeeper's left, his right. Lovely little penalty there. Doesn't make the same mistake again, and that's 3-0 now to Posh. Coming up to the hour mark now. Coming up now to the last 20 minutes. Charlton now launch it forward to Novak, who then first time pass to Jose. Gonna hold on to it. Yes, he is. Over to Bataka, who whips it into Crofts, and Crofts has made it 3-1. Great goal actually by Charlton. Played it really well, nice and patient. Got it out to Bataka on the right hand side, who whipped it in. We've got about 15 minutes left, so it shouldn't, fingers crossed, as long as I'm not cursing myself here, we should be okay, even with a makeshift kind of back four. So White now, over to Taylor. He's going to find a Dua. Naby very patient here. A Dua again, just keeping the ball. Taylor picking up loads of space. Look at the space that we've got in here. De Silva Lopez over to Naby. Poor first touch, but he gets away with it. Taylor again, a Dua to Coleshurst. Through to Naby. Is Naby going to finish it off? No, but Phillips again makes another great save. Maddison picks up the scraps. Back to Kavanagh. Kavanagh now whips it in. Can't find Coleshurst. White again, another throw in. Over to Dua. White again. Dua. Over to Naby. Naby tried to find that ball through to Coleshurst, but Charlton are breaking now. Novak. Over to Jose. Jose is going to find Bataka again. Yes, he is. Bataka, is he going to whip it? He does. Solly. Oh, that's a great block from Tafazoli there. Really had to make that block because we were looking. I'm going to knock it down to standard because it looks like they're breaking on us. And so one thing that control is bad for, and that's if you're playing against a counter-attacking team, you'll get ripped to shreds. So I'm just going to drop that down to standard for the last kind of 5-6 minutes, which is just ripped through now. And we're coming up to the last 2 minutes of injury time. Taylor with the ball. Over to Coleshurst. That's a poor pass. It's behind him. And they've launched it forward to Jose. As I said, they're trying to get in behind us here. Jose is going to whip it in. Found Novak, and he's made it 3-2 with about 1.5 minutes left. About 90 seconds left. It's gone down as an own goal from Bin Williams. This is looking like a very ropey second half of the Posh because we were looking comfortable at 3-0. And that's it. Game 2 done. In the bag. Peterborough 3, Charlton 2. It's a bit of a... Yeah, I'm going to go a bit of Jekyll on high performance because the first half was amazing. Second half, we just took our foot off the gas a little bit too much and it let Charlton back in. But 2 wins out of 2. On to the third game against Gillingham. Game number 3. Home against Gillingham. This is the team. Luke McGee in goal. Kavanagh, Tafazoli, Bostwick and Smith. Kavanagh and Smith purely because Bin Williams and Hayden White are both suspended. Forrester and Anderson back in the middle. Forrester come back from suspension, as is Bostwick. And then you've got Maddison, Taylor and De Silva Lopez behind Coleshurst. Reason we don't have Baldwin in the team, he got injured between games 2 and games 3. So he's out for 4 to 5 weeks. Not very happy. Let's get into the game. So we are on Boxing Day in game, which is a little bit weird. Now I'm sat here in kind of February time, but let's crack on and let's see if we can make it 3 wins out of 3. We've not seen anything. Madison now plays a big ball into Anderson. Anderson into Taylor. Taylor on the edge. Anderson picks up the ball and it comes into Taylor, and that's 1-0 to Posh. Quite fortuitous, very lucky goal there. Taylor went for a shot, it rebounded. Anderson was the first one to react, and then he whips it back into Taylor. 1-0 to the Posh after around about half an hour. But 1-0 to the Posh now. This will be, I reckon, this will be half time. And it is. So, half time, not the best. So let's see if we can get a little bit more out of them. Madison's looking nervous. I'm not entirely happy with that. Let's just see if we can take the pressure off him. No, didn't care. Okay, fair enough. First highlight of the second half. About 10 minutes into the second half now. Big ball up to Donnelly, but Kavanagh dealt with it quite well. Tafazoli over to Maddison. Maddison now is going to take on the right back into Taylor. Taylor been caught on the ball there by the number 5. More into Dak. Dak now, but Kavanagh cuts it out. Forrester mopping it up. Jackson get the ball on the deck now. Maddison with the ball at his feet. He's going to take the right back on. Plays it into Taylor with acres of space. Taylor again dallying on the ball, but again can't get it up to Moore. Taylor now Taylor to Anderson. Anderson, is he going to take a shot? He is, but it's high, wide, and not very handsome to be fair. 10 minutes into the second half, 1-0 to the Posh. We've had an awful lot of chances, but we're not making any of them stick at all. I might have to bring Shaq off to see if we can get a bit more clinical up the top. Colehurst now over to Madison. Madison back to Kavanagh, keeping the ball. Kavanagh now taking on the right winger. Whipped the ball in there. Colehurst was on the last shoulder of the defender there. Smith over to Kavanagh. Kavanagh going to whip it in again. Colehurst with a header, but he's hit the bar. And now Gillingham clear the ball now for the corner. But great play there by Kavanagh. And I think Shaq must have heard me that I was going to take him off. Lovely little chance there. But corner come in. But Bond there is just collected that quite comfortably. 25 minutes left. Madison with a free kick. But doesn't get anywhere. But Taylor closes him down. Plays it forward to Angol. Angol over to Adua. Adua back to Taylor. Taylor plays it through to Angol. Angol, oh, what a save by Bond. Angol should have really scored there. But Bond came out and just smothered him. Couldn't get a clear chance, but he should have scored really. Nothing came of the corner there. Not a great corner in from Paul Taylor actually, to be fair. 20 minutes left. Madison picking up the ball now. Tries to play it back to Kavanagh. Just gets it because it was played behind him. Anderson into Taylor. Into Smith. Oh, Smith hit it high and wide. That was a glorious chance to make it 2-0. This is making me very, very nervy. Not happy about this at all. I do have one sub left. I am going to take Madison off because he's had an awful game. Just had a quick switch around. So Forrester's going to move further forward. Taylor's going to go out onto the left. And I brought Wallace on to replace Forrester in that middle. Konchesky now with a free kick for Gillingham. But it doesn't get anywhere. Tried to launch the ball to Angol. But again, it's head tennis at the minute. Boswick with a great tackle there on Newble. But not through to Dak. But Dak, that's an awful... Great opportunity, but an awful shot there from Dak. Bradley Dack's one of the best players in the league. Should have done better there. Highlight after the highlight. Taylor now on the left. Into Forrester. Plays it up to Angol quite quickly. Angol now is going to use that pace that he has as well. Whips it in, but no one's there. Smith's going to pick it up. Adua into Forrester. Oh, Forrester's hit it high and wide as well. Not that... Where's the composure? The composure's completely gone there. I'm just going to tell him to concentrate in those situations because we could have been 2 or 3 here, but it's been very frustrating. Boswick now with a free kick. Over to Angol, flicks it on. Nothing comes from it. Forrester's going to recycle that ball. Over to Adua. Adua to Angol. Has he been taken down? Konchesky's been... Has he gone through him? 2-footed or is this going to be a yellow? Just a yellow card. Kind of a cynical challenge there by Paul Konchesky, but using his experience. Boswick now with a free kick. Oh, what a rocket there by Michael Boswick. I said he scored one earlier on in the season. Absolute thunderbolt, and that's equally as good as the one he scored earlier on in the year to make it 2-0 to the Posh. What a hit by Boswick. He does have it in his locker. Great hit. 2-0. Should see this game out now quite comfortably. So it's going to be 9 points out of 9 in what could have been very tricky fixtures with teams within kind of the playoffs and also going for automatic promotion as well. Taken 9 points off them, 2 at home and 1 away. Great performance, great episode and great way to end the episode as well. So as you can see here, the transfer window does open in a few days' time in game. So when are we going to be coming back? What I'm going to plan to do is I'm going to split January in half. So January, we've got about 6 games there in January, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the best of the highlights of Scunthorpe, Rochdale and Southend, plus any transfer news that comes through. And then in part 2, we're going to do the same: Bury, Swindon, and finish it on MK Dons at home. Again, just the best bits, goals if there's goals, and any transfer news, any roundup stuff that we're going to do as well. And then after that, I plan to do a kind of mid-season report on not just the players and how well they're performing, but also the club as a whole, what we've got in store, the little bits that I've not shown you before, so like finances, youth recruitment, stuff like that we're going to be looking into. That's going to be after the 2-part January episode as well. So that's it from today. If you enjoyed the episode, please do leave it a like. If you're enjoying the series as a whole, please do hit that subscribe button. It does help the channel grow, and it does help the name of the channel get out there, which is brilliant. Again, anything you want to see, do leave in the comments. But until January transfer window episode 1, I'll see you soon.